Hey everybody, it's Sunday morning, post-Derby, and it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, especially my mom and my grandmothers. It's going to be an amazing day for Mother's Day, considering all the active weather we had yesterday. A few showers in the metro at this time, but they'll be moving out just in time for lunch or dinner plans that you may be having with mom. Let's talk about today's Hokey weather fact first. We're talking about the dew point. That is a measure of humidity. That's basically the temperature at which dew forms. If you lower the temperature down to that temperature, you'll get dew on the grass. Pretty simple, right? It is an easier to compare measure of humidity compared to relative humidity. Relative humidity, I mean, really, if you're not using it for anything other than fire weather or something like that, you don't really need to be using it. The dew point is so much easier to use just because it doesn't change with the temperature. The relative humidity through the day changes vastly. It could be 90% in the morning and 30% in the afternoon just because of the change in temperature. So when you want a more stable, consistent, reliable measure of humidity, use the dew point because you can compare that between temperatures, and the dew point through the day is going to stay way more stable than the relative humidity will. So now you know that from today's Hokey weather fact. All right, cloudy skies from our Kentucky One Health Sky Track camera in Simpsonville. Outlet shops the Bluegrass. Lower 60s to our south, mid to upper 40s in our north. Why is that? We've got a cold front over the region. It's just to our south. Showers now moving through Louisville, areas to our north as expected. High-res rapid refresh model, pretty much nailing this one on the timing right down to really the 20 minutes. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? So clouds are going to be moving through for most of the day as we get this band of clouds still sticking over us with this front. Area of disturbed weather, of course, up to our north is going to be cycling through. Not everybody sees rain today. If you're in our southwestern counties near Litchfield, you might not see a drop. There's the cold front and the associated area of low pressure way up in Quebec, Canada. Northerly winds kind of locking this front in for now, but by tomorrow morning on Monday, we'll see this lift northward as a warm front, and additional showers and even some thunderstorms are possible. So here's the high-res rapid refresh we just talked about. This stuff moves out of here by about 10, 11 o'clock. Should be dry through lunchtime, maybe a few clouds and maybe a sprinkle or two, but otherwise by the afternoon, we're going to be fairly dry. Now, the high-res rapid refresh is way overdoing temperatures, but you get the idea. Cooler to our north-ish. In the middle, can we call it ish? Okay. Basically mid-70s. That's ish today. And warm down to our south. Maybe in the upper 70s to near lower 80s. It really overdoes temperature here. But you get the idea that the shower chance does creep back in as we go throughout tonight. But I think this will be held back by a few more hours. So here are the highs that we have in the forecast here. Upper 60s to our north. We may see a few mid-60s up that way for highs today. We're going to keep us at 74 here in the city. Notice all these upper 70s, lower 80s to our south. That's closer to the front. You're actually in the warm sector, just behind that cold front, or in front of it, I should say. You'll be behind the warm front there tomorrow morning as that flips around. But here's a 7-day breakdown. I want to break down this Mother's Day for all those moms out there. Here's the forecast. I've got a 30% shower chance by 9 o'clock this morning that we're seeing right now. Temperatures getting into the mid-70s, lower shower chances through the day. On our Monday, that scattered shower chance arrives early in the morning. I think Futurecast is being way too early with this by putting it way up to our north that early. We'll see how that goes. Otherwise, by the afternoon, we should be fairly dry. There is the chance that we may have a few showers up to our north and a few thunderstorms here and there. But I really think the morning activity, if it comes through a little later in the morning, may limit that. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of unclear at this point how that's going to unfold. We won't really know till tomorrow morning. Tuesday through Thursday, very active. Tuesday's interesting because we're going to have multiple rounds of storms. If one hits in the morning around sunrise, the afternoon round won't be a big deal. But if that one doesn't hit, the afternoon round would be a much bigger deal. But it's not going to be a huge deal. Does that make sense? Anyway, depending on the timing, we may have a few strong storms. Storms are very likely on Tuesday at multiple times of the day. They're likely on Wednesday, too. It's a marginal risk of severe weather for all 29 of our counties. That's 1 out of 5. We'll have to see if this is upgraded. It's just going to be about timing. If it comes through in the morning, it'll disturb the afternoon atmosphere, and we won't really have a big deal to worry about on severe weather. So you're going to want those morning storms. Even though they could snarl the morning commute, it'll preclude any sort of afternoon problems. So Wednesday, Thursday, thunderstorms. Thursday, storm chances at 40%. We'll likely raise that over the next several days as the timing becomes more apparent. Friday does look drier, 20% only of showers there. And then we get kind of a stratiform rain event that tries to move in on Saturday. We'd be on the cool side of a system there. High temperature only at 70. Here's that earliest alert outlook. I've got several cooler days. So not only that Saturday, but the 15th and the 16th, that Sunday and Monday, in the 60s, maybe some rain, cool rain on that Monday, the 16th. And then 70s and 80s with some thunderstorm chances toward the end of the month. All right, everybody, happy Mother's Day. That's it for now. I will see you next weekend on the Hokey Video Blog.